Welcome to Sports 360, your weekly dose of all big sporting events across the globe. Here you will get an exact analysis, information and interaction with India's top-notch athletes. European Championship has thrown up plenty of surprises. We have also seen some incredible individual performances so far at the Euro 2020. Do or die situation tend to bring out the best and worst in players. Today we will take a look at the standout performers so far at the Euro 2020. Meanwhile, Lionel Messi officially becomes a free agent as superstar's Barcelona contract expires, and exclusive interaction with India's top-notch shuttler PV Sindhu. Sindhu is ready and excited to represent India at the Tokyo Olympics. We will also take a look at India's medal prospects at the Tokyo Olympics, and apart from this we also have our regular segments, Goal of the Week, Player of the Week and Sporting Moments of the Week. But first up, the cover story you are tracking this week. Euro 2020 is shaping up to be one of the best international tournaments we have seen in the recent time. The round of 16 was full of exhilarating encounters. Teams have been unwilling to give up and games have gone right down to the wire. Without further delay, let's take a look at the best players from the Euro 2020 so far.
Kasper Dolberg, Denmark. Christian Eriksen's absence was expected to greatly hamper Denmark's chances at the Euro 2020. But the Danes are on a mission and have produced some inspiring performances so far. They thrashed Wales 4-0 in the opening fixture of the round of 16. They also found an unlikely hero in Kasper Dolberg, who was brought in to replace the injured Yusuf Poulsen. Prior to the game against Wales, Dolberg had only played 30 minutes against Russia after coming off the bench. The 23-year-old took the opportunity with both hands and scored 2 goals to help Denmark establish their dominance over Wales. His first goal was a fierce shot from outside the box. He was then quick to latch on Nico Williams' mistake and dispatch it for the second. It is the performance of a lifetime as far as the 23-year-old Nice forward is concerned. His introduction to the fray facilitated a lot more fluidity for Denmark in the final third. Dolberg is definitely one of the stars of the round of 16. Thorgan Hazard, Belgium. Belgium snuffed out Portugal's hopes of retaining their European Championship. It was a tightly contested affair that was eventually decided on fine margins. Belgium progressed to the quarter-finals thanks to an outrageous long-ranger from Thorgan Hazard. Hazard worked tirelessly for Belgium, providing wit and always progressive in possession. He was a live wire from the beginning, and despite all the attacking contributions he made, he was always available to track back and dispense his defensive duties as well. His scorcher from 25 yards out was a thing of beauty, and it proved to be the difference between the two sides in the Euro 2020 round of 16 game. Raheem Sterling, England. Raheem Sterling was among the players who were handed a heavy load of criticism in the run-in to the round of 16. But it was Sterling who was England's most consistent threat against the Germans. He was excellent with the ball at his feet and carved out several openings over the course of the game. He tested Neuer from range early in the first half. The Manchester City attacker then made a driving run into the area and nearly set up Kane for England's opener right before the half-time whistle. He carried that same form into the second half and scored a well-deserved goal from a lovely Luke Shaw cross to get Wembley buzzing. Pedri, Spain. At 18, Pedri is a starter for one of the biggest clubs in the world as well as for his country. He is now dominating discussions on the back of some stellar displays at Euro 2020. Spain manager Luis Enrique has an incredible assortment of midfield options to choose from. However, it was Pedri who Enrique started with in the first game against Sweden, ahead of the likes of Thiago and Fabian Ruiz, and the youngsters justified his selection. Highly technical and a good passer, Pedri has proved to be one of the best players at the Euro 2020 so far. Granit Xhaka, Switzerland. The only reason why an informed Paul Pogba and a relentless N'Golo Kante weren't able to impose themselves fully and dominate the game was because of Granit Xhaka. The Swiss captain was everywhere and was faultless for the most part. The Arsenal midfielder produced a man-of-the-match performance against arguably the strongest national side on the planet. The most important thing is that Xhaka led from the front and gave and rallied his troops despite going 3-1 down in the 75th minute. He also gave a rousing speech before extra time, and it was an all-in-all heroic display from Xhaka. Sports Desk, DD India.
Even though the Euro 2020 tournament has entered only the quarter-final stage, some big nations have already fallen. Sports 360 takes a look at the biggest upset of the tournament so far.
The French sinks. Switzerland's victory over France on penalties in the round of 16 of UEFA Euro 2020 will be etched as one of the biggest upsets in the history of European Championship. Team France, the World Cup 2018 winners, had prepared themselves for a fight with a victory in their mind. Midway through the game, it did feel as if the French would emerge victorious. However, the French defense being caught on the back foot during the last 10 minutes of the game, the Swiss inched past and found the back of the net with an easy Seferovic brace. But at the 90th minute, Gavranovic found a cool header to the back of the net, making the scores level for the final time in the fixture. With the penalty score still level at 4-5, Kylian Mbappe rose to take the 5th spot kick. The match ended with a 5-4 Switzerland victory. Young Czechs versus the Dutch. If we look at previous stats and records, there is absolutely no way for Czech Republic's football team to win against the Netherlands football team,
who have been the World Cup 2010 finalists. But once the Orange were shown red, it all went the Czech Republic's way. The turning point of the game came in the 55th minute when Netherlands central defender Matthijs de Ligt was sent off for a handball when under pressure from Schick. The red card was given following a video review. With an increasingly delirious de Ligt handball that found him sent off, the 10-man Dutch squad struggled to keep the Czech in check. Thomas Holes found the net at the 68th minute mark while Schick found the net at the 80th minute. The match ended with a 2-0 victory for the Czech Republic football team, while the Dutchess saw a disappointing exit. The Czechs have reached the last 8 of a major tournament for the first time since Euro 2012, when they lost to Portugal. They have not qualified for the past 3 World Cups and finished last in their group at Euro 2016. Way out for Team Ronaldo. Thorgan Hazard's stunning first-half strike ended the Sulaco reign as European champions. Portugal had the early sniffs of goal with Diogo Jota dragging wide and Cristiano Ronaldo seeking to become the outright top scorer in the history of international football, stinging the palms of Thibaut Courtois with a free kick. The Red Devils failed to trouble Rui Patricio until close to the interval. Then Hazard's vicious swerving effort faced past the Portugal number 1 to break the deadlock. In all fairness, the match up in itself was fairly balanced on both sides as Belgium packed its all-star team against Portugal's all-star team. If we look at the stats, Belgium have won 23 of their last 27 games, having won each of their last 14 Euro matches across qualifying and the finals, equaling the record set by Germany and currently Italy, while this is the second consecutive Euro tournament in which the champions exited in the last 16 after Spain in 2016. Spain ousted 2018 World Cup finalists Croatia. In what may have been the best game so far, Spain fell behind in the first half to a Pedri own goal from near the halfway line after keeper Unai Simon let a back pass bobble past him. But the 3-time European champions recovered their poise and looked en route to a comfortable victory with goals from Pablo Sarabia, Cesar Azpilicueta and Ferran Torres. Spain striker Alvaro Morata enjoyed sweet redemption by helping fire his side to a 5-3 win over Croatia after extra time on Monday to reach the quarterfinals of Euro 2020 in an enthralling match laced with drama and storylines. Sports Desk, DT India.
So the beautiful game is full of uncertainty here. A weak team can also defeat a strong team. Now shifting focus to our next segment, goal of the week. Manchester United midfielder Paul Pogba took a lot of spotlight in one of the craziest matches of the football in recent memory. Pogba picked up a loose ball from 30 yards out and curled an absolute stunner into the top corner. And this is Sports 360 Goal of the Week. France are world number 2 and Switzerland are ranked 13 in the FIFA rankings. In the Euro 2020, after leading 3-1, the French conceded 2 late goals to let the Swiss take the game into the extra time and won it 5-4 on penalties. And Switzerland is the Sports 360 Team of the Week. Now it's time for a special segment where we interact with India's best athletes. India's top shuttler PV Sindhu is ready and excited to represent India in the upcoming Tokyo Olympics after 5 long years. The absence of defending champion Karina Marin will be an advantage, but there are at least 6 more title contenders at the Tokyo Games. Sindhu had to settle for silver 5 years back at the Rio Games after going down against Marin. In an exclusive chat, PV Sindhu talks about her preparations for the Tokyo Olympics.
Sindhu, how is your preparation for the Tokyo Olympics?
Preparations wise, yes, everything is going on well, sir, and yeah, they're just a couple of weeks away, and yeah, you know, back then unfortunately it got postponed because of this COVID, but now you know, it has arrived finally, and I hope things will be fine and everything will be good. But we have to be careful, and obviously we have to make sure that we maintain that social distancing and make sure we wear masks and, you know, keep sanitizing. But otherwise, yes, preparations are going on well, and yeah, I'm all set, and I'm really excited, looking forward for the Olympics.
Okay, how is your equation and playing partners and all about with the new coach, South Korean coach in Gachibowli Stadium? How is it going on?
Yes, I've been training with Mr. Park. He's from Korea, and I've been training with him since 1.5 years now. And yeah, my training partners are from Suchitra Academy. So I get different boys, like yeah, there are different like almost like 10 players, so that, you know, every week or every day I get different set of players, because it's good for me. And also I do training at Suchitra Academy with my trainer who trains there. So yeah, I think it's important to, you know, maintain that level of training and make sure you're fit and fine, because, you know, when you're there and when you have to play with the high standard players, you have to make sure that you train the same way and give your best and play your 100%, and that is how you will improve. And yeah, the reason I'm playing in Gachibowli Stadium right now, because I think, you know, it is also as same as the Tokyo Olympic Stadium, because we've played in Japan a lot of times, and it is really a big stadium. So I thought, you know, why not play there when we have that facilities. And I have to be very thankful to the government and also Sports Authorities of India and also the Badminton Association, because when I asked that, you know, I wanted to train there, they immediately said okay, and they made sure that everything was fine, and they made sure that yes, I follow the protocols and make sure that I'm safe, because it's very important for every athlete to be safe and, you know, maintain that social distancing. So I think I'm really very happy with the training, and I think my coach is very supportive and motivating all the time. So yes, I'm very happy with that.
You won a silver medal in the last Olympics, and later on you won a world championship. And how do you feel? Are you in good fit mood to grab the gold, and do you feel any pressure of this?
Well, yes, back then 2016 and getting a silver is definitely one of the best moments. And after that, obviously 2019 World Championships is definitely the most wanted win. And now it's the 2021 Olympics where I'm really looking forward. And obviously, yes, I mean, the pressure is going to be there, the responsibilities are going to be there, and hopes are going to be there that yes, when Sindhu goes there, we want her back with the medal. So yes, I will give my best, but also at the same time, I don't want to carry that pressure when I'm going onto the court, because it's very important that you be focused and you be composed all the time and just give your best and not think about what others want, because if you think about that, I think that will add extra pressure. Rather, you just go onto the court and give your best and come back with a win. And yeah, it's a proud moment for everybody.
Your opponent on the court and a good friend off the court, Carolina Marin, is not going to take part in Olympics, and what do you say about this?
Well, it's sad that she's injured and she won't be able to participate at the Olympics. But yes, I wish her a speedy recovery, and I hope she comes back. And definitely we're going to miss her. But I think as an athlete, obviously as a sports person, we know how sad it is, when you get injured, because it's definitely a hard moment where you don't know what is next, and definitely you need to come back much more stronger and come out from that pain. So yeah, hoping her a speedy recovery. Yeah.
Your visit to England and your training under Korean coach, how is it different from the coaching you got under Mr. Pullela Gopichand?
Yeah, so when I went to England, it was more of about the Gatorade Sports Science Center, because I've been associated with them for more than 3 years now, and yeah, every time they wanted me to come and visit, but I didn't have enough time, because I had continuous tournaments, but due to this pandemic, all the tournaments have got cancelled, and I felt that was the right time. And I made sure that my body analysis, and you need to understand your body, and accordingly you have to make sure that you are fit and fine, and it's not just the short term goal, but yes, it is a long term. And yes, that is why I went there, and I really liked it. I mean, it was a different environment altogether, and I've learned a lot of things, and learned a lot of new things. I've made new friends, so it's always nice to have something different sometimes. And yes, apart from that, Korean coach is comparatively different, because every coach has a different style and different thinking. Because when it comes to Gopi sir, yes, he was comparatively very different. I've learned a lot of stuff from him, and now training with Park, it's comparatively very different, because the way he teaches, otherwise technique wise, yes, I'm really very happy with the way he's teaching and his support and his motivation. I think it's really good, and I'm very, very happy.
Sindhu, you are an inspiration for crores of youngsters in India. What is your message to the people who want to take sports as a career?
Well, yes, definitely. Firstly, I would like to, to tell the parents that parent support is very, very important for every athlete, and yeah, they have to support their children in whichever sport they want to. It's not that they want their children to play in one sport and ask them to play, because it's important that children also needs to enjoy and needs to have that interest in the sport. So that is why I'm saying they need to understand what their child wants and accordingly join them, or make them play that sport. And yes, when you play the sport, I'm sure everybody want that success, everybody want to win, but sometimes for a couple of people success can't be early, or won't be early. Sometimes it might take a lot of time. So that is when you need to have patience and make sure that you have that belief in yourself that I can do it, and I will keep working hard. And it's not just a couple of months of hard work. Yes, it is a lot of years of hard work, because when you expect that I have trained for a couple of months and I'm not getting result, I think that is not possible for anybody. I've been experienced, and I know how it is. So that is why I'm saying you have to make sure and have that hope that yes, I can do it, and I will work hard, and definitely you will be there.
Okay, all the best. All the best.
Thank
best.
you.
Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
So PV Sindhu is a medal hopeful for India at the Tokyo Olympics. Hopefully this time she will convert that silver medal into a gold at the Tokyo Games. Indian players are gearing up for the Tokyo Olympics and the countdown for the event is underway, and we make some bold prediction for the India at the games. This time Indian contingent have the ability to make it to a double-digit medal tally. India's best ever medal tally to date has been 6, which they achieved at the London Olympics. Let's take a look at the medal hopefuls for India at the Tokyo Olympics.
The countdown for the Tokyo Olympics is underway after the one-year delay owing to the coronavirus pandemic that is still looming large. Following almost a year-long hiatus, athletes are slowly making their return into sports with the aim of attaining glory at the quadrennial sporting extravaganza. India is aiming to send one of its biggest contingents ever to the Tokyo Olympics, including a few who are among the best in the world. And before the action begins in Tokyo, predictions are going to pour in from all corners. From how many medals India will win in Tokyo to which athlete will win which color. People are trying to predict everything. In that beat, here we will try to make some predictions of our own and the predictions that are bold. First athletics medal for India. India has been long starving for a medal in athletics, which might be achieved this year. Javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra and long jumper Sri Shankar Murali have given us hopes which can translate into medals at the hallowed ground. It is not a hidden fact that athletics is one of the disciplines which has the most number of medal events, and as a result, the Indian federations and associations have been at it to produce a medalist in that field. Asian Games and Commonwealth Games gold medalist Neeraj Chopra threw an attempt of 88.07 meters to create a new national record in the javelin throw event at the Indian Grand Prix 3 at the National Institute of Sports, Patiala. As he is trying to reach the 90-meter mark, the possibilities look encouraging. Biggest medal tally in shooting. Indian shooters have kept on dominating the world circuit with some extremely well performances in the ISSF World Cups. Shooters like Saurabh Chaudhary, Manu Bhakar, Divyansh Singh Pawar, Anjum Mudgil, Abhishek Verma have time and again consistently performed over a couple of years, thus making them some of the best bets to win multiple medals in the Tokyo Olympics. Long wait for medal ends for Indian archers. Indian archers have long been waiting for their deserving medal at the Olympics. Deepika Kumari, who had been the world #1 archer, had to miss out on her medal dreams in London 2012 and Rio 2016. With her making into the team once again, Deepika will be bringing experience with her to win India's first ever medal in archery in the women's individual category and also probably in the mixed team event with her husband Atanu Das.
After his 20 years association with FC Barcelona, Lionel Messi has become a free agent. Lionel Messi's contract is one of the main points of debate in European football. Messi is now free to talk to any club and join them on a free transfer. Man City and PSG are among the handful of clubs who can realistically sign the 6-time Ballon d'Or winner. Here, let's take a look at the Messi's transfer timeline. 25th August, Messi sends a fax to the club saying he wishes to exercise a clause in his contract allowing him to leave for free with immediate effect. And on 4th September 2020, Messi says he is staying at Barcelona because it is impossible for any team to pay his €700 million release clause, which the club insists would have to be met. And on 27th October 2020, Barcelona president Jose Maria Bartomeu, who had fallen out with Messi over his failed transfer request, resigns. And on 28 December 2020, Messi says he hopes to be one day play in the United States but is unsure of his future when his contract runs out. And on 31st January 2021, Barcelona say they will take appropriate legal action against Spanish newspaper El Mundo after it published details of Messi's contract worth £492 million over 4 years. And on 16th May 2021, manager Ronald Koeman says he hopes Messi has not played his final home game for the club after a 2-1 defeat by Celta Vigo. And on 22nd May 2021, Paris Saint-Germain are believed to looking closely at Messi's contract situation. And Messi's transfer timeline next says on 28th May 2021. Barcelona president Joan Laporta says new contract with Lionel Messi is not done yet, but that things are going well. And on 1st July 2021, Messi's Barcelona's contract expires and he becomes a free agent. That's all in this edition of Sports 360. Before we wrap up, we leave you with these sporting moments of the week. Namaskar.